Hey, welcome to I'm That Mom, the podcast about motherhood without the pressure of perfection. My name is Katie. I'm a self-taught entrepreneur who started my baby company while pregnant and grew it to an 8-figure business as a single mom of 3. Join us as we discuss the fun, funny, and messy parts of motherhood. We're certainly not experts. We're just here to support all the moms and hopefully, collectively, we don't completely it up. Okay, the number one question, right, for every new mom, what do you pack in your hospital bag? Although it's also kind of like the super exciting part. I remember being, with all 3 pregnancies, like the countdown of like, okay, is it too early to pack my hospital bag? Is it not is it too late? Like, it's a big thing. How long did you sit with your hospital bag packed before you had Grayson?
I packed mine way too early. I had it in my trunk for like 3 months probably.
Like you peed on the stick and then realized like you have to pack your hospital bag?
Yeah, I was too excited. Plus we were moving at the same time, which was like the worst thing ever. But so I was just like, I need to be prepared no matter what.
Yeah.
So
because you kind of live in that, like, at any moment, baby's head is going to fall out. And then, like, I better have my slippers and my phone charger.
Yeah. Well, and I gained, like, 55 pounds when I was pregnant. So I literally felt like she was just going to fall out, like, at any moment.
Wait till you're pregnant with your third.
Ugh,
yeah, it really feels like it's going to fall out at any moment. Okay, so then let's talk about what you pack in your hospital bag. And my oldest is 17. My youngest is 9, almost 10. She'd be standing here correcting me. I turn 10 next month, Mom. I'd be like, okay, you're still annoying, but you're 9. And what we packed in the hospital bag, like, gosh, really looking back and remember, so 17 years ago, there was no Haka, like, milk capture. Like, those... Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Where you stick it?
I'm just like shocked that you
No, I just leaked on
one.
myself. Like milk just like came out and
That's
I would have to change my pad like in between because it would be like I was like a lactating cow. It was disgusting. And my boobs were literally this like 3 times the size of my baby's head. And so I felt like I was gonna suffocate him. You know, like when they go to breastfeed against my ginormous like
you have to move it for their nose so that
yes,
this
is probably a podcast we should say for like pregnancy symptoms, but what people don't talk about is that your nipples like grow and not your nipple part, like the areola. And there's like Lunchable meat and then there's like and then there's salamis and you can fix it. I will tell you after your babies you can fix it. But don't you remember like I felt like I was going to suffocate my baby and I'd have to like hold my whole boob back and then the nurses are in there and there's nothing like childbirth to really like you lose all modesty. Yeah. Like you're just like in the bathroom, like the nurses like this is a whole nother podcast is talking about childbirth. But let's talk about hospital bags.
Because of all of that, you want to be prepared with your hospital bag.
Totally prepared. Because the last thing I want to do is walk around barefoot in a hospital room. Like
everything else is already uncomfortable. Yes. So like you need to have the essentials in there.
Okay, so I kind of want to talk about what I packed in my hospital bag 17 years ago versus like what I'd pack now. Because now there's things out there that I totally wish I had. But I remember, and with each child, I packed less stuff and like more important things. Like I learned early on, take your pillow. Like hospital pillows are nasty and gross and the pillowcase like makes crunchy noises. And if you're like me, and like the tiniest little noise or a silent room and then your pillow crunches is like horrible. Yeah. So, but for myself, I packed nursing tanks. Those are my favorite. Like the kind that just clipped and you could just unfold and your boob just like, you know, but there was no underwire. It was comfortable. Yeah. I had a C-section and so comfortable, like loose pants were great. And then I had to pack just like, you know, you go to Target and you buy like Hanes panties, like you have to have like the really wide crotch ones because the pads are so big. Like there's no taking your hanky-panky like thongs to the hospital. No. Because the pad, it reaches from like your belly button to the back of your like butt crack. And you need something to like grab onto. But now they have like, everyone buys these like slip-on, like the diapers they give you. Then that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that, and they have these, can we say brands? I love the Frida.
Yeah.
The Frida,
Oh, Frida Baby.
and the Frida Mom. Like, those disposable underwear are the best.
Yes. Unsponsored, right?
Yeah.
Like Frida Baby. And I love their squirt bottles.
Why you see them everywhere.
Yes.
Because it actually is good.
It's the best one. And there's nothing more humbling than sitting in your diaper with your boobs out, trying to get your nipple into the baby's, and then the husband's just like standing there like clueless. He's, and you're just waiting. Like the meconium diaper is always what I gave to Dad. Like,
oh yeah,
okay, you get to do the tar poop, like for sure. But we're off track. We're supposed to be talking about hospital bags. So definitely something comfortable, right? And I think there's like two versions because pre-COVID, you had guests come. So it was all about having the robe. And I think now even you can have guests back in the hospital. For 2 years, they didn't even allow, grandparents in or the siblings. And
that's how it was when I gave birth to Grayson in 2021. If we wanted to have a visitor, Kevin, my husband, would have had to leave. And
come back in.
Yeah, they would have had to like tag off. And so you can only have one extra person in the room. And so automatically we were like, we can't do that.
I know.
So we did no visitors. So
I know, but that's kind of one of those amazing things about COVID.
It was nice.
Yes.
I kind of loved it because we got to control the timeline and there was like no pressure because there wasn't an option. That's
a pro of it for sure. But usually, and now I think moving forward, especially to have your mom, everyone wants their mom to visit and the mother-in-law. So I feel like you need to take something, and a robe is great because you can have your comfy nursing bra or your comfy pajamas under it. And a robe kind of like covers yourself a little bit and you feel more put together without, like, there's no reason to put clothes on. Like, there's no reason to put makeup on. There's no reason to, who are you trying to impress?
Your boob is coming out like every 2 hours.
Yes, and you're bleeding and your nurse is like in the bathroom with you, and like just take all the pressure off. But socks or a slipper. So we said, something for you to wear, comfortable, probably 2 outfits. I think the standard is really if you have a vaginal birth, usually they keep you in for about 24 hours. C-section's 2 days. By the end of that, you're like ready to go home, I think. Although by my 3rd, I was like, I'm going to stay here, send the baby to the newborn nursery, right? And it was like vacation. But socks, shoes, you don't want to be walking around in that nasty floor. And then your toiletries, like whatever makes you feel good. Your face wash, definitely your own shampoo. Yes, dry shampoo. The whole thing, whatever just kind of makes you feel, because if you labor for 24 hours, you likely were sweating. You probably had the shakes and maybe threw up. Like, you want to feel, I remember like thinking back like that after that first shower, and they take your IVs out and they take the catheter out and all the things. It feels amazing.
Yeah, and get all the sticky stuff off of you from all the medical tape everywhere.
Yes, and the hospital bracelets.
Yeah.
But so for mom, I would say comfortable outfit, probably 2. A robe or something that if maybe a family member, is coming to visit and you don't want to be completely exposed, it's nice to have something to pull over your shoulders. Plus, it can get cold in the hospitals.
Yeah.
So even a wrap would be kind of a good option.
Mm-hmm.
Slippers or socks so that you're not walking around barefoot. I don't know what diseases are on the floor, but they're probably worse than COVID.
Yeah, I mean,
Gross.
I know what came out of my body, so I can't be the only one
Ew.
that happened to.
Ew, yes, completely. And then a pillow, a blanket, like one of those really cozy Barefoot Dreams ones, and you wash it in that detergent that we love, and so it smells good. And
but make sure you bring 2 so that your husband doesn't steal it when he complains about how thin the hospital blankets are too.
We are not there to make the husband comfortable. Again, a whole nother podcast about what dad should not do or say in delivery at the hospital.
And dad needs to pack his own hospital bag.
Dad does. Yes. And not the morning of where we're waiting and stressed out. Like, dad needs to literally be proactive. And I don't know, like, Google it. I am sure there's probably a TikTok about what dad should pack in his bag. And I'm saying that, and I'm like, dad should just do that. We should make that, right? We're going to make a TikTok about what dads pack so that in the moment when they come to you and they're like, what do I take in my bag? That's my best dad voice, by the way. And don't lie, all of you give your husbands the same voice. I don't know what to do. What do I pack in my bag? we're going to be like, just refer to the amazing Caden Lane TikTok, and it tells you. And then it's not our responsibility. Even though we'll fret that they didn't pack the right things, right?
Yes.
And then we'll eventually be like, we're just going to pack it for you. Okay, and then what else for mom? A long phone charger.
Yeah.
Right?
I think so. That and maybe like one of those portable chargers.
Yes. Oh, like the little disc ones where you can just keep it in your bed next to you.
Yeah.
But do not bring, like, there's nothing worse than those ones that you buy that are only like 4 feet long and you can't even put them on your like nightstand.
No.
Because let me tell you, moms, your hospital bed is going to be a good 10 feet from the wall and your phone will die. And you're going to want to text that picture to more people than you invited to your wedding. Like, this is the moment. Show off the baby. Make sure you have a phone charger, right?
Yeah.
What else? Oh, a big water jug. So my hospital provided like a water cup, but what are the big like popular mugs I have?
A Stanley cup.
Yes. I feel like Stanley is missing their marketing opportunity and they need to like pitch only to pregnant women.
It's
like,
because they can't keep them in stock.
Yeah.
They don't have to worry about that yet.
okay, but a big cup, right? A big
Yes.
cup because you are going to be thirstier than you have ever been in your entire life.
And if you have an epidural, you can only have water
Yeah.
until you're done.
That's right.
You're cut off from snacks too, so make sure you stock up.
Did yours, you just saying this like made me had like this like thought back. They wouldn't let me eat until I farted.
What?
Yes, did they not tell you you had to pass gas before you could eat?
No.
That's a thing.
I ordered like a 12-inch sub from Jimmy John's and just went to town. I didn't ask permission.
Really? Mine made me fart first and I lied. I was like, definitely farted. I definitely did it. And then so I could eat because I was starving.
Well,
When we
yeah.
have Karen, my OB, on this podcast, we're going to ask her about that. And we're going to say, did you or did you not make Katie pass gas? I feel like that's like the more appropriate like podcast voice.
Okay, I'm checking out your list that you have written down, and you have the wide panties, the disposable diapers, the panty popsicles, and I just want to say, get it for free from the hospital because they hand that out.
Yes. I was the girl that like emptied out the drawer.
Same. I asked for extra before we left,
Yes.
and the nurses gave me the side eye, but I didn't care. I'll
No.
take the diapers, the wipes, the
Take
nipple
all the
cream,
things. I-
everything.
Yes, I like am the girl that takes the nice shampoos from the hotel. Like, you think I'm not going to empty out the hospital like bassinet? Except I did not take the No, I did. I took the nasty swaddle. You know, like the one with the pink
yeah.
and blue like stripe, but only because I wanted to put it in my baby bucket. You know,
Yeah,
like it's and same with
sentimental.
It's sentimental.
But now you have Kate and Lane swaddles for that.
I know, but I didn't with my kids. Is that not? I know. It's so bad. Okay, so mom, I think we like covered most of it. So I am a C-section mom. You're a vaginal, right?
Yep.
I would say for a C-section, you definitely want pants that kind of come. So your incision is like right in that crease, like where you kind of shave, but don't really need to shave. Like it's right between like your fat. That's how low
Like
your
where your
C-section
underwear
is.
sits, like
Yeah.
most times. Yeah.
Well, that's some pretty skimpy underwear that you're wearing.
Oh. I thought we were in the low-rise era right now.
No, this is the
Isn't-
90s. Now
No.
I think your underwear's supposed to come up
Don't
to
you
here.
watch TikTok? Isn't low-rise coming back? Low-rise in middle parts?
Oh, great. I'll never be in style. Just when I was starting to get my like high rise back up. But anyways, my point is your C-section scar is very low and it's wide. And as it heals, it kind of shrinks, but you don't want anything touching it. You definitely want like pajama pants that come up to your belly button, loose, not tight fitting. Although on the opposite side of that, we had a product, and I think it's still on the market, but it was called a Belly Bandit. And so it was like a wrap, and it pulls because when you have a C-section, what feels really good is pressure on it because it hurts to like have your muscles are loose. And so like sitting up and using your core muscles like are really sore, and having that pressure, like constantly holding it, feels good. So I would, and they give you, when you have a C-section at the hospital, they do give you like a wrap that you can put on, but there's plenty on the market that you can take. You just don't want anything rubbing on it. And that's pretty much it. What about Oh, the pads.
Yeah, the
See, I didn't
icicle pads.
Did you make your own or did you use?
No, I know. I've seen like all the TikTok videos about how to make your own with
Yeah.
the witch hazel and stuff. But they have these ones where you just like crack them in half and then
Like a glow stick?
Yeah, you shake them and then it just like it's cold all of a sudden. And let me tell you, it feels nice.
Do you have to have a baby to like have a popsicle?
I
pad?
was just gonna say, if you ever have really bad like period cramps or
Yeah.
like uncomfortable, whip out one of those bad boys too, and that'll help also.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to save
bottle
it for
of wine and a
postpartum.
popsicle pad. It sounds like a dream.
But really,
Every
just
mom
like
watching this right now is like, oh my God, yes, like that would be amazing.
no, it just and then of course like the witch hazel pads and all of that, and
Yeah.
then like they have some what is that? Some spray to dermaplast.
Yeah. Well, did you tear?
I did. I had a 2nd-degree tear.
Yep.
So that
So
dermaplast felt
life-saving.
very nice and breezy.
Yeah, it's good. That's good. But
Yeah.
it's important. I think the core is that you just need to take everything that makes you comfortable.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to ask for it if you need it. I think you have to be an advocate for yourself. really,
Yeah.
in the
I mean,
hospital.
there's a reason why the nurses come in so often to check on you and baby. They want
Yeah.
to make sure you're okay.
And if
so
you're
don't
not-
say like, I'm fine. Like, no, I'm not fine. I'm in pain. Like,
Yes.
give me another Tylenol.
Yep.
Let them know.
And if you have swelling in a certain location because your IV fluid's collected in it, yet again, another podcast story. make sure it's normal. Okay, so I think we polled our moms too on social media, and a lot of people said soft bath towels. I didn't pack a towel, but now looking back, I'm like, well, maybe the towel, it was probably like reused. I bet they like use hospital towels over and over.
Yeah,
I should have
probably
packed a
scratchy.
hospital towel. I mean, right? Not a hospital towel. I should have packed a bath towel. It's not a
Yeah.
bad idea.
But like at this point, this is so much stuff. I will say, I got made fun of with how much stuff I brought in. The nurses
You, like,
were
rolled
like,
in
"Oh,
with
are
your
y'all
suitcase?
moving in here?" Because yeah, we rolled up with a rolling suitcase. But
So-
like, I just wanted to have everything.
Yeah.
So do what you have to do.
You do. Okay, let me keep going down. We talked about the wide panties. We talked about the nursing bras. Let's go to baby, because this is like really, like we're here for that.
Yeah,
What you pack for baby is important.
it is.
You know, so my favorite thing to do, and this is for family, for staff, like pre-COVID, even when the girls that worked for us had babies, like I was the first one there in the hospital, like a psycho stalker. Like I feel like they're my babies. But my favorite thing to do is change the baby's clothes. So when you have the baby, they put the little striped hat on, wrap them in a swaddle, and they put that little like cross white tee, like not even pants. And they hand it to you. And so it's kind of this like newborn like moment, right? But do you remember the first time you put an outfit on Grayson and like how she transformed into this like, it just, I don't know, there's something like,
Well, it was like also terrifying because that was my first time like moving her around and like forcing her little arms in there.
Really?
And it just made me so nervous. But yeah, once you're done and just like this cute little package is like, oh, it's a little
so
human now.
cute. I had like outfit changes for my girls. I was like, and now you'll try this bow, and now you'll try this outfit. But so that's okay. So you made a great point. Like it's kind of terrifying changing a newborn's diaper, or not diaper, clothes, because they're just like this floppiness like of
I know, and I was trying to do it fast because I was worried she was going to get cold, and then you can't go too fast because
Yeah.
then you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to break her. Like,
yep.
so many things. Honestly, I watched the nurses do a lot of it and
Really?
then just copied them. And
Oh my
same
God,
with the
you should
diaper
have known
changing.
me when you had your first baby.
I
would just come
know.
in and done the whole thing for you and handed you this perfect
For
package. of
real.
cuteness.
You should see my first hospital photo. You would be ashamed.
So that is why I love gowns for babies. And so when I had Cade, my oldest, right, there was not sacks like we make today, which just tie and are easy. They had like snaps and zippers and all this crazy stuff. But what was so awesome is that you could just, there was no like dressing baby. Like it just, you slipped it on over the feet, like pulled it up. It was simple. You're changing diapers like all the time. And it needed to be something, because I think most of the time actually dad probably changes the outfit. So you really got to dumb it down.
Yeah.
Like make it
Simple.
so easy and simple, yes. But I would take an outfit for baby. I would say take 3, because it's kind of like the whole motto of like one to wear, one to wash, and one in the wings, right? Like they've always got options, and you don't know if like you're going to have I mean, those little boys, my son, 1,000% first diaper change, peed right up, over, and onto his face. This was my first baby. I'm pretty sure I cried. I thought I was the worst mom ever because my newborn just peed all over his face, which immediately turned into laughing because I was like, of course,
it's still
my
funny.
baby just peed on his face. Yeah, but that would have ruined the whole outfit. So I think 3 outfits, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
3 outfits. Save your favorite one for the coming home outfit. There's like something sentimental about what you brought baby home in from the hospital.
Yeah, and I think you take
know?
a lot of photos then too.
Yes. A lot of pictures. Hats are good. So we're in Texas. We don't really get cold weather. But my whole theory on hats is that if your baby comes out with a funky little cone head, which happens, C-section babies usually don't unless they're already like engaged in the pelvis. But hats are wonderful for like hiding the little cone head. Also, newborns lose heat out of their head. And so it's a nice way to keep baby cozy and warm. And then take a couple soft swaddles and a burp cloth. You know, even if it is just your colostrum coming in or you're giving baby a bottle, it's messy. Like, and you want something that's as soft on baby's face as it is on you, on your breasts, or just easy to clean up. So I'd say a couple burp cloths. No bibs. They're not there yet.
Yeah. Those burp cloths were good too. Those like had a double purpose for us because we took those to the dogs before they met the baby so they could
I'm like, you used them on the dog. You mean you let the dogs smell
Yeah,
it?
they had the baby's scent on there.
That's
so it's like
awesome.
we got to use them like with purpose in the hospital, and then that's how we like did the soft intro with the puppies.
I love that. And you know, so if you have a preemie, a lot of times the nurses will have you bring in blankets and things from home that smell like mom, and they put it in. And I think that's so awesome because smell is like one of those senses, right?
Yeah.
Like it just, like I can
gets you.
smell a newborn right now. Yeah, I love it. Okay, so what else for baby? Maybe bring a pacifier. They do give you a Soothie usually in the hospital, and that's totally your choice. You know, some people like do this whole like nipple confusion. I say give baby whatever makes baby happy. They're not going to be sucking their thumbs that early, or if they do, it's by accident, right? But you could always bring a pacifier too. Babies do tend to like pick which one they like.
Yeah.
And that's really, and then they give you plenty of diapers. You really don't need to pack diapers or wipes unless you have a certain brand that you like.
Yeah.
But
And then I know some people like to bring a little white noise machine because they make them portable now too, where you can just clip them onto the car seat. We had a little shusher for her, and that was nice just to start that routine almost.
yeah, well, and it's kind of nice for mom, like a white noise, you know.
Yeah,
there's no
you hear other babies crying. And
and
all the things.
There's all kinds of hospital noises that are going on. So, okay, so then let's kind of like go back and review like the big ones. So in case anybody's writing this down. So I would say for mom, big things are nursing bras if you're going to nurse. If you're not nursing, just some kind of comfy tank because you will still want to, I mean, your milk's going to come in either way. So you'll want to, right?
Yeah.
What?
I just remember breast pump.
Oh,
You
and
should,
a breast pump.
if you want to pump, you should bring your breast pump because the lactation nurses will teach you how to use it.
That's right. That's
which
smart.
is so helpful.
Yes, I love
take
that.
advantage of
and if
that
you forget your breast
education.
pump, I bet they'll bring one up. I mean,
Yeah,
those
they
lactation
know how all of
consultants
them
are
work.
amazing. I remember one of mine was really aggressive and like grabbed my boob.
I know,
and-
the hamburger.
Yeah. How does it go?
Hamburger.
The hamburger.
Yeah,
And
they're like,
you're squeezing your boob right now. I'm the only one on camera, but they like do this, and it's like, yeah, and then it shoves it in the baby's mouth, and it's very aggressive. But you learn that that's what you have to do.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we said comfy clothes for mom, panties, or the like disposable. We're not gonna call them diapers. They really should think of a better word for that. But y'all got what I'm saying on it. A robe or some kind of a wrap in case it's cool in there. And for first pictures, we didn't even talk about that. That's like our whole thing. That first picture of you with baby. I mean, I'd say try, wear something you're comfortable in, right? So that you can look back.
That's where the robe comes in because you don't have to get fully dressed, but you're
Yes.
put together enough in a robe to be able to post a photo. of
Hair
you
on
and the
in your
baby.
bun, some chapstick. Yeah, brush your teeth and call it a day.
Yep.
Yeah. A pillow, a blanket, maybe from home. I think soft bath towel is amazing. Toiletries. Your panty popsicles. Those are important. And then for baby, 3 outfits. I'd say 2 swaddles. You can bring socks or not. I think most of the outfits today cover the baby's feet, so it's really kind of up to you. Maybe a burp cloth and some passies, and then diapers and wipes, and that's it. And a phone charger. But I'd say those are the top things. I think we covered it. What do you think?
I think so. That's a pretty good list. I feel like I wouldn't be missing anything with all of that. And honestly, I think 9 times out of 10, if you forget something, the hospital can help you out, or that's when you call your best friend or your mother-in-law.
Yes.
And that's when the village starts to come and help.
Totally. I love it. That was so fun. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. And I hope you found a little nugget of something helpful in there. If you're curious about our brand and what we've been up to, you can check us out at cadenlane.com or join us on social, where we've got several exciting projects that we can't wait to get you involved in. See you soon.